a student assistant coach differ from graduate assistant? You're not a GA?
Oh, you're actually the wrong person. I'm not a GA. Because I left early, so I didn't graduate yet. So I came back to finish my degree, and that was the first thing I wanted to do after my football days were over. So I'm here back getting my degree, and fortunately, Coach Dykes and Coach Ingram, all the coaches, they welcomed me in, and I told them that I was interested in maybe pursuing a career in coaching after everything was done. And so they kind of just let me kind of assisting with the running backs, just come around because I'm here, going back to school, just be around the guys and just help out as much as I can in any way I can.
Jahvid, how much more do you have to go to complete your degree?
I've got some time, man. I left as a true junior, so naturally that leaves me about a year and some change left. So I'm just taking it one semester at a time, just knocking out classes and just being around football, and because I missed the game, so being around football is going to be good for me.
Have they told you what your role will be, what they want you to do?
It's just not, there's no specific role, but since I'm here and I play running back here, I've been through what these guys are going through right now. I can kind of be a mentor. I can kind of just be somebody they can come to just to talk about football, talk about life, talk about school, talk about everything. I've got a lot to offer to these young athletes here, so that's what I'm here for. And while I'm doing that, I also got to get my degree.
You talk about how difficult it was to finally acknowledge that you weren't going to play anymore.
Oh man, that was tough for me, but I'm a strong believer in God, and I feel like God doesn't make mistakes. So my playing days were over, and I knew it was going to happen eventually, but it happened a lot quicker than I wanted it to. But everything happens for a reason. So now I just gotta. I decided to come back to school and figure out what's next for me.
Can you say how your health is? I mean,
my health is fine.
Yeah.
No issues that are dragging on. So it's good that I left the game healthy. So that was very important to me.
You don't have any problem like concentrating in classes, nothing like that?
Not any more normally than anybody else.
How are the students with you around campus? How do they respond to you?
I mean, they don't know who I am.
Really?
Football is a sport where you got a helmet on, so I mean, I sit down, I'm just like a regular student. But that's the way I like it.
What are you taking right now?
My major is African American Studies, so I'm just knocking out. You know how it works.
How many units you take in the spring?
15.
Oh, so pretty full.
I'm back in school.
that more than you ever took in one semester?
No, that's about what I just picked up right where I left off. My focus is just while I'm here, like I said, I'm not playing football no more, so naturally I've got a lot of free time. And
that's gotta be weird.
I feel like I owe a lot to Cal. I mean, what I did here and all the help I've had while I was here, I feel like it's my turn to come around and do my part and help out in any way I can. So whatever they need me to do, I'm here to help them.
How strange is it going to feel when you're on the practice field for spring ball with guys and
it's not going to feel strange. It's going to be fun. I'm definitely looking forward to that. But the main thing for me is really getting my degree, and so that's really my main focus. All the football stuff is kind of like a bonus for me, and so my focus is on getting my degree. That's what I'm here for.
And so you're thinking you want to coach beyond this?
Maybe not. But while I'm here and I've got so much free time, I figured why not help? And Coach Dykes and everybody else they were open with me with welcoming arms. So I was very fortunate of that, and so they're letting me come around and do whatever I can.
Did you re-enroll back in school and then approached the staff, or did that kind of happen at the same time?
It was kind of like the same time almost.
So you're like, hey, as long as I'm here, can I do something? Was that kind of the?
It was kind of like for me, it was just being part of the family. I just want to be part of the Cal family. So once I knew I wanted to come back in school and I got enrolled, I just went up to them and was like, how can I be a part of the Cal family? How can I help out in any way possible? So if the players need somebody to talk to, if the players need somebody to come to, I mean, I don't know nothing about any other positions, but when running backs need help with anything, I can help out. So it was just being back and part of the family.
And you had been on the field at least a few times during spring, last spring, just kind of knocking around. Did you have any idea that you were going to come back at that point?
No, I didn't. it's just like, well, like I said, just being a part of the Cal family. Once you get a part of this family, you never really want to leave. So once my career was over, there was only one place that I knew I was going to go back to.
You sound like you're kind of at peace with the fact that you're done as a player.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, football is a part of my life, but I mean, just because I'm not playing anymore doesn't mean it has to stop being a part of my life.
That's kind of what I meant when I said it's going to feel weird to be on the practice field as a coach rather than a player. Are you going to miss that?
I mean, I miss it every day. So I mean, naturally, yes, but this is a new way where I can fill that void.
How's it like being a college student again, going to class and not having the names of football and being able to focus more on it's just
I mean, it's cool. I mean, just the fact that I can come back here and they're letting me come back and get my degree is important to me. So I owe a lot to the Cal family. I owe a lot to everybody that's helping me out right now.
The times you've been down on the field there, I mean, that's where you had some incredible highs as a player, and that's also where your college career ended. Any mixed emotions about being actually on the field where that dramatic event occurred?
Not necessarily any mixed emotions, but I mean, when I do go down there, I just get flashbacks of everything. I mean, all the great times I had down there, and all the support from all the fans, and just everything. And so for me, it just feels good to be back in this environment.
No flashbacks to what happened in that southeast corner though, because you don't remember any of it.
Nah, I remember it. I still remember the play and everything. So I mean, it was and then I've been told it was the quietest they've ever heard that stadium at that point. But I mean, everything happens for a reason. It happened to me. It's all good.
Do you ever kind of reflect back on that and think that's kind of where that whole road kind of started?
I mean, you could look at it that way. You could not look at it that way. But well, how I look at it is the past is a past, and so you just got to move forward from there.
You look like you're in pretty good shape then.
Oh no, I'm not in playing shape. I knew that question was coming. I'm definitely not in playing shape right now.
How fast are you now?
I'm still fast.
Did you beat Muhammad?
I'm still fast. It's funny. I ran into him on campus, and I was like, "We got to race one day." I don't know if he's thinking about it, but every time I see him, I'm like, "I want to race you, see who's faster."
What's he say?
He just started laughing.
Well, he's in track right now, so he's in tip top.
Yeah, he's in tip top shape. We're gonna have to get a race one day.
Well, Jahvid, with so many former track athletes, we're seeing him in the Winter Olympics pushing that bobsled. Any thoughts on doing that?
Nah, I'm the type of person that if I get involved in something, my whole heart has to be into it. So it's hard for me to just pick up something and just try it just for fun.
Probably not a fan of cold weather either.
I actually, being in Michigan, I learned to like it. I learned to like it. I like the snow a lot.
So for how long were you still up in Michigan before you decided to come back? I mean, have you been gone since 2011 or?
Yeah, I've been gone since 2011. I mean, I stuck around for that last season that I didn't play, and I mean, it was a tough time for me. So, but once it was clear that I wasn't going to play anymore, I decided to come back home.
Did you and Zach Falk get a chance to hang out much when you were together with the
Oh
Lions?
yeah, my rookie year, he was still on the team, so we were kicking it all the time. It was good to have somebody from the Cal family out there with me, so it was good. Now Jay Ross is up there,
Yeah.
so I got to go back up there all the time now.
Are you still pretty close with Shane?
Oh yeah, I still talk to Shane all the time. I still talk to Shane all the
What
time.
do you think about all the success he's having?
Oh man, I just love it. I mean, I knew he's the type of person that he's always going to work hard. So if he gets out there and get a shot, I knew he was going to produce.
What's been the hardest thing about being a student again after, 3 years away from?
Man, the hardest thing is just like kind of just not having a schedule. I mean, since I was in high school, it's like when you get out of class, you knew exactly what was going to happen. Your day was planned out for you, almost kind of thing. Now that I'm just a student and I got so much free time, I find myself sitting there like, what do I want to do now? But that's why I'm here. I mean, going to school, being a student assistant coach, just figuring out what I want to do next after football is done.
When you were a running back in high school getting recruited, do you think having an NFL running back on a coaching staff would have helped you, or would have swayed you a different way, or?
Not really. I mean, for me, when I was in high school, Cal was right in my backyard, and family was really important to me, so I chose to come here because my family can come to practices, they can see me all the time. So that was what was really important for
So
me.
being a local kid was a lot more important to you than, or playing at a local college?
Oh yeah, that was
important to
a
you?
lot more important to me when I was in high school.
Okay.
So when you came into Cal, it was an unusual situation. Both you and Shane were both top 20 backs, and Cal hasn't had that situation very often. Were you just confident enough in your abilities where you didn't really concern yourself with who else was coming in? You knew you were going to play because you were good enough to play?
Well, I just had the mind frame where this is where I wanted to be. So I knew Shane was coming, but hey, he was part of the running back family. So it was natural competition because you're both competing for one job. But at the same time, we both going to play. And so I want him to get it better because he's going to make me better because he's good. And it's going to be vice versa, so we can both make each other better.
Cal is kind of a similar situation because they're bringing in 2 running backs again in this class. Is there something you can kind of maybe talk with with Vic and Trey and say, hey, this was my experience. This is how you got to treat it.
I mean, that's kind of the whole gist of this thing. I mean, I've been through what they're going through, so when they need somebody to, like I said, when they need somebody to talk to, when they need somebody to kind of mentor them, I can be there for those kids.
Do you think there'll be a point in time where you'll be able to sit back and fully appreciate the role that you played in the pantheon of great Cal running backs in that last decade that you were a part of?
I think so, but I think that'll just come with time. I think that'll definitely come with time.
Is it a little surreal? And when you do go work out, you're working out in this palace that you have down there, and that's, I'm sure, something that you were recruited with was, hey, this is what we're gonna do, and it didn't happen. Now finally, it's there.
Well, I mean, when I talked to all the players that were here before the new facility got here, we kind of feel like we helped build this. So I mean, we're still getting satisfaction out of it just by looking at it. And that happened to me in high school too.
they made all the improvements after you left.
Right after the year I left, we went from a dirt track to a freaking nice track football field and everything.
Maybe not if you weren't competing in the same meet every year.
Do you have a greater appreciation for the time you had as a running back, given the fact that it was kind of cut short prematurely?
Yeah, I definitely say I do. I mean, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I do.
If you had kids, would you let them play football?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I definitely want my son to play football.
Yeah.
Definitely would do.
So all the things that you went through haven't turned you off at all to the game?
Oh, no, definitely not. I mean, they made me the person I am today, and I'm grateful for that. So it's not, there's no, I don't know if you're getting towards like a hatred for football or something like that.
I wasn't getting
But
there. I was just wondering how you feel about it.
I love the game, and that's why I'm here.
You said you have a son?
No, I said if
Oh,
I had
if you had a son.
No. Hopefully that is a day when I have a son.
Yeah. Well, you're
Do you ever look at, they got obviously all the brain trauma stuff that continues to come out. Do you ever look at that and go, do you ever get worried or?
No, I don't get worried because the position I'm in right now is what would worrying do?
Yeah.
I mean, worrying is not going to do anything. So why worry? I mean, I'm fine now. So let me just focus on what I'm doing right now. Focus on what direction I want to push my life in, and let everything else take care of itself.
Any idea what you want to do after you graduate?
No, and I mean that's part of the process right now. Learning different things in school, figuring out what I want to be, get my hands on, get to see what these coaches do on a day-to-day basis, and figure out if that's what I want to do when I graduate or not. But while I'm here, I feel like I went to Cal to put myself in the position to help out in any way possible.
What was your reaction when you maybe you saw that the Cal had the worst graduation rate among all the major conferences in the country? How did that, having gone here, how did that impact you?
Man, that's a tough question. I think that's a question for somebody else. I mean, for me, I just took that as I got to do my part and come back and finish. I can't speak for anybody else, but that's why I'm here, coming back and doing my part. I got to get my degree. I want to finish.
How do your family, how have they responded to you?
Oh, my
coming back?
mom wanted to have a celebration when I told her I was going back to school.
That's all moms.
Yeah, that's all.
All right, you guys good? Guys,
Thanks,
Good
Jason.
job.
Happy to be back.
Appreciate it, dude. Good seeing you.